girls generally like pretty things and want to dress up and all of that. But what is the standard she's trying to put on her own life, and where is it coming from, and what's that pressure that you think, okay, I need to do this extreme thing to live up to the standard? For me, that's the question more than, and also is it, you know, what was my family life like? You know, do I watch my parents living this type of way, or was there no example for me in terms of how a man and a woman should live together?
Yeah, I think what's touching on that question, there's no woman and men living together. Therefore, then you get your cue from outside of home. So, for instance, for me personally, because I wasn't raised by a dad and a mom, I was just raised by a mom, I got everything that a man is supposed to be outside, you know, which is extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
So she too, she probably got everything that a woman is supposed to be to a man from outside. Because when she comes home, there's no man to tell her, look, a lady's baby girl until she grows up, you know, treat her like a queen. You know, she probably went outside, saw all this nonsense happening, and then now that it's this day and age, 2016, she can take it up a notch. You know, the Dubai trips, and you know, she can take it up a notch. So I think also that, you know, really, I think it really all just boils down to sin. You know, the sin nature. It causes us to do that. If you don't have an example in front of you, 8 out of 10 times you will go out, like I'm just speaking in general, not exceptions. 8 out of 10 times you will go out there and find that example out there, and that example is the wrong thing.
So who's that example right now, like in society? Who are we looking at?
The celebrities.
Yeah, we live like in a reality TV culture. You know, and I think that a lot of times what's masked as reality TV is really fame seeking and greed. You know, ultimately. So you have someone said to me that you become what you behold. You know, girls grew up seeing these dolls that had long hair that you could manipulate with a comb, and you could do all sorts of things to. It's not a surprise now in popular culture that the long hair and the clip-ons and the wigs are prevalent. And you'll find that this is probably similar, this whole phenomenon. The fact that it's got a hashtag attached to it really bothers me, because I feel like a couple of the people that are trying to trend this whole blesser news cycle, if you want, are actually seeking fame. You know, and I think that it's not been hidden. You know, we know these things. We grew up, you know, in a society where it's always kind of been there. I just think that the kind of coming to mass marketness of it at the moment it presents a lot of unique opportunities for various people, you know, and that's scary, because what it's doing though is that it glamorizes it for the young girl who was 8 or 9 who was watching some of these reality TV shows, and now thinks that the way for her to become as famous as those people on the reality shows is through this way. Yes, that's what actually is more scary, I think, long term, and what you were talking about in terms of the long-term effects on society. That if you have a society where young girls grow up and feel like, for me to be famous and for me to be rich, I need to have a blesser, then you start having
a problem. And I agree. I think, I mean, what you guys are saying is all true, and I think the reason why maybe it's gotten to the point that it is because it's almost celebrated. Like it's something that people, you know, when you do go to Dubai, you do hear all these things, and you know, we live in that Instagram generation, that hashtag generation. That's what gets done. You know, it all gets put out there. It's very glamorized. I won't even lie. It's very glamorized. You see it out there, and you see these girls are flying all over the world. I mean, I look at your timeline, and I'm like, girl, like, your life, I mean, it's amazing, because you look at it, you're like, this girl, she doesn't seem to be doing much in the traditional sense of, you know, you're working, you have a career, whatever, but she's doing something that had her in Dubai, in Paris, at 21, you know, and she's got the best of everything, the hair, the everything, and I think the real cause of it, honestly, is just what's been put out there. To me, you're very right in the sense that, you know, that's what's been put across as, you know, to make it and to be successful and to be happy and to have all of these things, this is the way you go about it. No one celebrates anymore, you know, the doctors and the lawyers, and it's weird, because now it's become like a a rare case. Like whenever I look at like my Facebook, for example, and someone's graduated or the youngest, whatever, it gets put there and people amp it up. Oh, this person's like 25 and they're like the smartest person. I'm like, it's so weird because that should just be like what we're doing, you know, and not so much amping up like, ooh, girl, bless her, you know, you got the eyebrows, you're doing the whole thing. But the graduates and all those things, no one is looking up to them and clapping anymore, you know.
Yeah.